There comes a point when you get tired of being hurt, not just once, but again and again, by people you trusted, by words you can't forget, by things you didn't deserve. And you start asking yourself, why does this keep happening to me? But what if I told you? It's not about stopping people from hurting you. It's about becoming someone they can't hurt anymore. Relatable opening. You know that feeling when someone says something small, but it stays in your head all day. You replay it again and again. What did they mean? Was I not good enough? Did I mess up? And suddenly, your whole mood is gone, or maybe it's deeper than that. Maybe someone left you. Maybe someone lied. Maybe someone you cared about didn't care back. And now you walk around with this quiet weight inside. You smile. You talk. You go on with your day. But inside, it still hurts. And the worst part is, you don't even know how to stop it. Promise. But listen, you don't have to live like this. There is a way to become stronger, not cold, not emotionless, but steady, calm, unshakable. There's a way to reach a point where people can still talk. They can still act however they want, but they no longer control how you feel. And once you understand this, everything changes. Main content, flowing story style. Let's start with something simple. Most people think pain comes from others, but that's not fully true. Pain doesn't come from what someone does. It comes from what you make it mean. Think about it. Two people hear the same insult. One laughs it off. The other feels crushed. Same words. Different reaction. Why? How? Because one person gave those words power and the other didn't. But here's the truth. No one ever teaches you this. I remember a guy, let's call him Allie. Allie worked really hard, stayed late at his job, tried to do everything right. One day his boss said, "You're not doing enough." That was it, just one sentence. But Allie took it home with him. He kept thinking about it while eating, while trying to sleep, even the next morning. That one sentence controlled his whole life for days. Now here's the interesting part. Another coworker heard the same thing. He shrugged and said, "Okay, I'll do better," and moved on. No overthinking, no stress, same situation, different mindset. And this is where things start to change. You see, people don't hurt you as much as your interpretation hurts you. When someone ignores you, you think, they don't respect me. When someone criticizes you, you think, I'm not good enough. When someone leaves, you think, I wasn't worth staying for. But those are just thoughts, not facts. Most people don't realize this. Your mind is constantly telling stories, and many of those stories are wrong. But because they feel real, you believe them. And once you believe them, that's when the pain starts. Let me tell you another story. A girl named Sarah. She sent a message to someone she liked. Hours passed, no reply. Her mind started racing. Did I say something wrong? Are they ignoring me? Maybe they don't like me anymore. By the time she got a reply, she was already hurt. But guess what? The person was just busy, nothing more. But her thoughts created pain that didn't need to exist. This is the trap. And most people live in it every single day. But you don't have to. Here's a simple shift. Instead of asking, why did they do this to me? Ask, why am I giving this so much power? That one question can change everything, because once you see it clearly, you realize something powerful. You don't control what people do. You don't control what they say. You don't control how they act. But you do control how much space they take in your mind. And this is where strength begins, not outside, inside. Let's talk about expectations, because this is a big one. Most pain comes from expecting people to act the way you would. You care deeply, so you expect the same. You stay loyal, so you expect loyalty back. You give effort, so you expect effort in return. But people are different. And when they don't match your expectations, it feels like betrayal. But here's the truth. They didn't break your expectations. You placed them there. That doesn't mean people are always right. It just means you stop building your peace on what others might do. I once knew someone who kept getting hurt in relationships. Every time, same story. They changed. They stopped caring. They became distant. But when you looked closer, they were always the same. It was the expectations that changed. And this is where things get real. If your happiness depends on others, you'll always be vulnerable. But if your peace comes from within, no one can take it away. Mid-video rehook. And listen, this might be hard to accept, but it's also freeing, because it means you're not weak. You're not too sensitive. You just haven't learned how to protect your mind yet. And once you do, everything becomes lighter. Let's go deeper. Another reason people hurt you is because you take things personally. Everything feels like it's about you. Someone is in a bad mood, you think you caused it. Someone is distant, you think you did something wrong. But most of the time, it has nothing to do with you. People are dealing with their own struggles, their own fears, their own thoughts. There's a story about a man who was insulted in public. Instead of reacting, he smiled and walked away. Someone asked him later, "Why didn't you respond?" He said, "If someone gives you a gift and you don't accept it, who does it belong to?" The answer is simple. The person who tried to give it. Same with insults. Same with negativity. Same with disrespect. If you don't accept it, it stays with them, not you. But here's where most people struggle. They automatically accept everything, every word, every look, every tone, without questioning it. And this is where you take your power back. You pause, you breathe, and you decide, is this worth my energy? Because your energy is your life. Let's talk about control. This is one of the most powerful ideas you can understand. There are things you can control and things you can't. You can control your thoughts, your actions, your reactions. But you can't control other people, their opinions, their behavior, their choices. Yet most people spend their whole lives trying to control the uncontrollable, and it exhausts them. Imagine trying to stop the rain. You can't, but you can carry an umbrella. Same with life. You can't stop people from being rude, but you can choose not to let it ruin your day. And this is where peace lives. In acceptance, not weakness, not giving up, but understanding reality as it is. Let me give you one more story. A man lost his job. At first, he was angry, blamed his boss, blamed the company, blamed everything. Weeks passed, and nothing changed. Then one day, he decided to stop blaming. He focused on what he could do. He learned new skills, applied to new places, started fresh. Months later, he was in a better position than before. What changed? Not the situation, his mindset. And this is the key. Life will always throw things at you. People will disappoint you. Situations will go wrong. But your strength comes from how you respond. And once you master this, you become untouchable. Not because nothing hurts anymore, but because nothing controls you anymore. Ending. Powerful conclusion. So here's what I want you to remember. You are not your thoughts. You are not other people's opinions. You are not what happened to you. You are the one who decides what stays and what goes. And the moment you stop giving others control over your emotions, you become free, not loud, not aggressive, but calm, grounded, strong. A kind of strength that doesn't need to prove anything, a kind of peace that doesn't break easily. And one day, you'll notice something strange. Things that used to hurt you don't affect you the same way anymore, not because you don't care, but because you finally understand, and that's real power. Soft CTA. If this spoke to you, if something inside you felt a little clearer, consider subscribing. There's a lot more we can grow through together. And remember, you don't need to change the world. You just need to change how you see it.